Hi, it's Jessica.
It's Jonathan.
And this is Next Gen Podcast. So, Jonathan, tell me, what is Next Gen for those who don't know yet?
So Next Gen for me, and I think for Jessica as well, is we'll start with real estate first. In real estate, it's a very old profession, right? And it's something that's been done the same way for a very, very long time. So we're trying to switch it up. Next generation of buyers, of course, are coming, and also of sellers. A lot of the money that's being made right now is young money. Even if you consider someone like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos, right? It's not really old money. It's not family money. It's young money. Next gen for me is someone who is disrupting for good, someone who is doing things differently. And, bringing something different to the table, bringing something different to the industry, sort of trying to at least adapt to the times a little bit, which in real estate, I mean, people are lacking, right? Yeah. So for me, it's all about relating to the next generation. And we're not saying young people specifically, this can be 60, 70. It's sort of the next level of keeping up with the world. Right. In my opinion, right?
I think that's what allowed us to connect so well, is because we are the new generation.
Yeah.
But also we do real estate in a very different way that a lot of people are like, oh, they're just the social media people.
Exactly.
But no, I do a lot of business through social media. I open up the opportunity to showcase through Instagram stories, through posts, and I get leads from there. I get business through there. And it's not something to frown down upon necessarily.
No, and
that's just something that we
clear.
Take advantage of to put it in the front.
Exactly. And I want to make it very, very clear, because this is not something, if people want to say that it doesn't work or it doesn't, it's something that, who's going to buy a place off Instagram? It's like, that is literally just because you cannot do it.
Right.
Yeah, it's the only reason, or you're lazy. It's a lot of work. It takes a ton of work to build a following. It takes a ton of work to keep up with the following. So I don't want to hear that
social media is here to stay and embrace it and indulge in it and do it. Exactly. Because if it works for us, it could work for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Hashtag Instagram.
Exactly.
Sponsored.
That's really what it's about, right? It's like industry leaders doing something different, doing something like in the next sort of generation, and adapting to the times that we're in, because some of the industries needs that, in real estate specifically. But with that being said, what do you think? Sort of what's the purpose of what this?
Kind of to what I said. I think the purpose is, I come from the background of doing social media, and I partner with many brands, and do paid posts, collaborations, and I come from a business of collaborating. That is how I grew a following, through collaborating. Whether it was with artists, photographers, videographers, directors, it was always like a collaborative effort for me within the social media.
Basically,
it was networking, but in a social media visual platform of a space. So I think the whole purpose for our podcast is the collaboration aspect. I think we are going to bridge the gap within our community of providing them the opportunity to listen, share stories, educate themselves, grow, evolve, learn from industry experts, right? I think we're here. I love to be an open book. You could come with me with any question. I'll respond to you. And I love collaborating. Yeah. That's what I like. I live for those moments, right? Yeah. So the whole point of our podcast here is to create this environment and network so that we could all be friends and collaborate together. Be friends.
Yeah, no, I like that. And you're correct. You're fully correct. I think it's all about that, right? And it's really growing that base of the next generation of not just, I don't want to say high earners, but high functioning individuals, right? And people who are doing something cool, people who are doing something different.
Entrepreneurs, the people who came from nothing and became something, and hearing their stories of how they didn't have it and now they have this or whatever have you. I love those stories. And I think our audience will love it too,
Definitely.
That's
and we both have those, right?
Right. So. I came from nothing and I hustled my way to creating my name and my business, my brand. Yeah. And I think that's what we're going to try to do too, is help people create that brand. And
definitely.
That's honestly probably one of the reasons we're here with Serhant too, as a company in real estate.
For sure. For sure. Yeah. And that's why it fits us so well.
Yes.
For sure.
100%.
I agree. So Jessica, what do you think sets us apart? Why are we different? Why are we different than all the rest of the agents? Not just New York agents, but Serhant agents too.
Is that even a question? I think we're different because we have like a different approach, and it's that new, fresh approach, right?
I agree.
It's not. I talked about this with you, when we were shooting like outside or whatever. Like, we're not the cookie cutter person that goes door knocking to get listings. We're the ones who sit on our Instagrams, DM people, and do business through our phones.
Sure.
And that's what like separates us, is that we take advantage of social media to another level that I don't think people do as much as we do.
For sure. We're adapting to the times, basically. And not only social media, we're out and about, we go to all the right events, we go to all the right dinners. And that's another sort of thing that I really want to make clear, is that like you're born and bred New Yorker, right? And I moved here on my own when I was 16, and you'll find that there's a lot of agents, and that's a down talk, but kinda like, they just moved here. They come from like Ohio or somewhere like that, and claim socialites or claim they know this and claim they know that. Whereas we're more sort of embedded in the community.
Yeah, I mean, New York is home for me. I come from an immigrant family who came to America with $100 in their pocket.
Exactly, yeah.
My dad was a truck driver. My mom was a cleaning lady. They had nothing.
Yeah.
They didn't even speak the language, but they hustled and saved money. And to the point where they're like, let's just get a mortgage on a house and, see what comes of it, because that's an American dream, right? Like, you come to America, you get a home. And so I grew up in real estate because of that, right? Of like appreciating what my parents got. And then the appreciation for not only the home, but like the value of it and how it's growing with the time. And, Brooklyn back then, it was a place you wouldn't really like, spend too much time. But, with time, like the appreciation of value went up, and it became like the new hit spot. But
where do you live again? I forgot.
So I'm originally from Greenpoint, Brooklyn.
Yeah, and see now that's like now
it used to be Polish Central, but now it's a hotspot.
But now it's a hotspot.
Yeah,
like almost more expensive than some spots in Manhattan. For sure.
Totally. So no, like to your point, like I'm ingrained in New York. Like this is home, and I've lived through it.
Yeah.
So much that my appreciation not only for New York but for real estate is like new level.
Yeah, I agree, and it's about that whole like. Yeah, up in the next level.
Yeah, like that's where my head is
I think it's about we're someone you can relate to, right? Like especially not just younger people, but like we're not trying to. The whole thing is we're trying to create trust. It's a bond. We're trying to create new relationships. It's a feeling that we're creating. We're not trying to sell you anything. We're trying to almost create a feeling with you, create a relationship, and sort of we really know New York and we love New York.
Yeah.
And that I think speaks volumes.
And I think what separates us too is like we don't come from like just the business of working in real estate, right? Like you come from being a model, like you've been in nightlife, like that element. And maybe it's not real estate, but like we still know such a network that
and that's what provided us with the business opportunities we have now. Yeah,
totally.
For sure.
So instead of, there's a lot of brokers who are like, well, they haven't been in the business for long. Well, maybe not as long as you or whatever have you, but like our network is so strong.
Done 50 times the business you have. But
what?
Done 50 times the business they have.
Right.
It doesn't matter sometimes.
But it doesn't matter. I think it's also like the network, you have to.
For sure.
And you learn along the way.
Yeah.
Which I think.
Definitely. And you'll see also, there's a lot of agents where it's, it's time that you put in. And like we work every day, it's a full-time job. It's a lifestyle. It's not so much a job. It's a lifestyle. And you'll see there's a lot of agents like, they've been in the business for 10 years, right? But if they do it twice a week, then it doesn't really count, you know? I really want to say we live it. And it's a lifestyle, So this was just an introduction, and we're excited to keep coming out with these and sharing as much as we can with you guys.
Yeah, we want to share our stories, but also people's stories.
Yeah, exactly.
And, whether it's people in fashion, real estate, tech, whatever have you. Like we're here to what?
Even tech.
Tech. No, my point is like we want to have open discussions with a wide array of people, right? So I hope you guys stay tuned.
Awesome. All right, guys. Bye-bye.